Indian mother sacrifices daughters, believed that they would come alive again. So, in a horrifying incident, a mother bludgeoned her two daughters in their 20s, allegedly at the advice of a tantric priest, while their father watched the grisly act in silence. A mother killed her two daughters using dumbbells on the night of Sunday, January 24th, in Andhra Pradesh, India. When the police arrived on the scene, they inquired about the incident. The girls' parents explained that their daughters would come alive again after sunrise as the kalyuga ends and the satyuga begins. Police reached the scene of the incident after a tip-off. The police identified the victims as 27-year-old Alekhya and 22-year-old Sai Divya, or Divya. When police tried to enter the home, the couple resisted. As the police forced themselves into the home, the parents resisted them, refusing to allow the bodies to be removed, saying that the girls will come back by morning. The hysterical mother later told the police the Atmas, or souls, left, and they were supposed to come back, but they did not. I have lost my daughters, end quote. The police officials reported that the mother was delusional, but when they finally forced their way inside, they discovered a shocking crime scene. The bodies of the girls were covered in long red silk sarees. The police recovered a trident and the dumbbells used to kill the girls as they placed the couple in custody.
What is this video we're looking at? They're trying to arrest her?
Yeah, so when they're taking, this is a video of the mom getting a COVID test before she's taken into police custody, or she's in police custody, but this is probably before they actually detain her in jail, with other people. They're COVID testing her. And then I think above you see a video of them actually taking her out of a vehicle that they were transporting her in. Yes.
Okay, Katie is here with us in the live chat, right? Can Katie tell us how much this is?
So Katie is actually asking my next question. So like I said, some of the motivation between this is that they said that the girls will come back alive as Kalyuga ends and Satyuga begins. And so what does that mean? Kalyuga is the age of end of times when everything is corrupt. Satyuga is the first age of the Hindu time cycle when humans were closer to God. So again, it mentions your girlfriend, Armin, Kali. And
don't just assume that people don't know what you're talking about, so let's not refer to that right now, but go on.
So anyways, there's more details of the story. So they seem to have particular worship towards Shiva, and there was a lot of very strange Shiva worship that was going on. So someone actually sent me the social medias of one of the daughters, and it seemed like the daughters had some belief in this as well. So one of the daughters, her social media said like Shiva is coming, and it had all these weird posts about Shiva and this impending doom. So it seems like they were maybe a little brainwashed into some of this belief.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, the people that live in India and know more about this, but from what I understand, now is supposed to be Kali Yuga, the age of Kali Yuga, or, the end times. And that, Shiva is her consort, who's also the destroyer. She's a destroyer and she's a creator at the same time. So they do kind of go together in some of the mythology. And it wouldn't surprise me if the children were indoctrinated into this. But some of her behavior, I was watching in the video. Now in the video I'm watching, she's speaking to the police, but originally she looked like she was having audio hallucinations or something. The way she was moving her head as if there's something aside from a very messed up ideology going on with her. And the thing is, I mean, this crime is absolutely horrific. I mean, she bludgeoned them with dumbbells.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't a nice, quiet, you know, injection or something. No, this was a forceful act that was really vicious, which maybe that has something to do with whatever, you know, she's trying to bring on. But geez, these tantra things, this is like another one. It's just horrific.
So Katie's giving us some more information, which is super helpful because I couldn't find more explanatory details in English. Where did it go? Katie is saying she considered herself to be Shiva, or at least possessed by Shiva. And Rivka is right. This is the Kali Yuga. There have been some disagreements, but most scholars believe that Hindu texts suggest it began 5,000 years ago. So we are now like in the age of corruption. Yeah, it was really sad. So the mother and the father have both been, my understanding is they've both been taken into police custody, because the father was also complicit in this crime. He was just watching. And there was like a trident which represented like Shiva's trident somehow involved in this as well. And what's so interesting is when I look at the social media of one of the daughters, is this the older daughter or the younger daughter? Shoot, oh, they took down that page now. Interesting. Oh, this is the older daughter. There's very strange, so beginning a few days before, like there was very strange themes on her Instagram. Like everything is in blue. All of a sudden, everything is in blue pictured on her Instagram, and there's like themes. It just says Shiva is coming in blue. Work is done! Exclamation point. And then a picture of herself wearing blue. And then there's a thing in blue, and it's hashtag Shiva speaks. And I can't even say what this says because YouTube would flag this for hate speech, but it's an extremely bigoted post towards Muslims. And then it says hashtag Shiva speaks. So there's a lot of there's something very strange at play here.
I really want to ask if Katie and other Hindus and Susan and some other people here in the Urban and Atheist in the live chat, because they're all from India. I think they're all ex-Hindu. Do you guys know if there's anything in Hinduism that justifies any of this? I mean, there is in tantric stuff apparently, which is
Black magic.
Yeah, which is like a kind of cultish, a certain cult within Hinduism. But Hinduism as a whole, does it justify any of these actions? I know, by the way, again, for people who are not used to our content, we have to say, yes, this is mental. This is not just religion. It seems like it could also be, again, we're not mental health experts, but it seems like there's mental health issues related to this, right? However, that doesn't excuse religion. Religion usually makes mental health issues a lot worse than it is, right? Just because somebody is having mental health issues and add religion to it, and it makes it astronomically worse. You can't be like, oh, this is not bad religion, this is bad mental health. Yes, mental health issues plus religion is a lot worse than just mental health issues without religion.
Well, I just want to say one more thing, because this is definitely religiously related, because this is from the reports, the two victims battered and lying in a pool of blood. Wait, shoot, sorry. Where'd it go? Police found unmistakable marks of religious rituals in the house, suggesting that this was related to superstitious beliefs. The victims' heads were shaved on top, half tonsured. So, small silver pots were placed in their mouths. According to the police, the victims were naked when their mother killed them, but were later draped in red sarees. So, for those who don't know, tonsure is a religious practice for certain sects of Hinduism, where you like sacrifice your hair, basically. So there are religious markings to these murders.
So Darwinian atheist is saying yes, tantric and tribal practices require sacrifices. Orthodox Hinduism looks down upon these practices. Okay, but Orthodox Hinduism as a practice, what about the scripture itself? What about the original, with the Vedas or the rest of the scripture? Does that condone this or make excuses for it? Katie saying human sacrifice is present in Hinduism. It died around 2,000 years ago or so, but it was present. But the scripture that is part of Hinduism today, does that excuse this? That's what I want to know. Let me see. There's the top comment here saying, what's the harm in believing something that is not true? Question mark, because sooner or later it intersects with reality hard. All right. Given that I'm not getting an answer. Okay, here. Kushik is saying human sacrifices were practiced for Kali till 200 and 300 years back. Actually, not 200 and 300 years back. It happened last year. In 2020, we had human sacrifices for Kali. Multiple human sacrifices in India for goddess Kali just last year. So it's not been, yeah. Katie is confirming that human sacrifice and rebirth are also a thing in Hinduism, like and Hinduism as a whole, not just this tantric stuff. By the way, tantric used to sound a lot more fun as before.
What I knew about it was a sex thing.
Yeah, I
So
used to
that's
think
what-
like tantrism, sexy time. What is it like? This shows how the westernized version of all this stuff sounds a lot more poetic and beautiful than they actually are.
Well, I wanted to make a comment when you were asking, I am not in any way an expert on Hinduism or the Vedas or the Gita or any of that. But I mean, Kali wears a belt of skulls. Many of the pictures she's holding up, severed heads. Some of the she's even got phalluses.
Those are demons.
But my point is, some of this is in some of the litter. So my point is, it's pervasive in terms of what you see in some of the pictures or the drawings, or So does that mean that human sacrifice is allowed? I'm not saying it does. I'm just offering the milieu with which this goddess, who's also a destroyer and a creator. And by the way, with the blue stuff, it's probably Krishna, because Krishna is sort of part of Shiva, and he kind of aids the mode of creation when everything gets destroyed. So you see that this whole family is very indoctrinated in whatever this is.
There are a lot of different levels going on, and it'll be interesting to see as more information comes out. There's been a little bit more that's been trickling out, but it's very shocking.
It's just so sad.
And Tantra is ruined for me now. Now I think of human sacrifice.
Selva is saying there are some gray area in Hindu texts which can be used for justification. Sounds like a lot of what Islamic, as people say about Islam. Here, guys, mute yourself if you're not speaking. What is this? Oh yeah, Purush Medha in Vedas was a human sacrifice. Besides, it is also mentioned in several Puranas like Kalika Purana. Okay, so this is part of. It's a definite part of Hinduism as a religion, as a whole. Just because it's not normal today, that doesn't mean it's not part of the religion, right? So, for example, like when it comes to Islam, we say that, all the radical activities, which we were not going to name here on YouTube, a lot of that is part of Islam, right? Mm-hmm. But it is still a very fringe within Muslims. But that doesn't mean that it's not from Islam just because it's fringe, right? Some people are saying, Armin, this is not normal in the live chat. Yeah, like me saying that it's part of Hinduism, it's not the same as saying it's normal,
What part of fringe do you not understand, guys?
Yeah, most people ignore the religion, and that's a good thing. You want to read this Katie's comment?
Katie is saying older scriptures, like from the Vedic times, human sacrifice was a thing and is present in scripture, but later Hindu scriptures either don't have them or have very, very few mentions.
Okay. And then this one.
Unlike Islam, gods can connect people directly and command them to do stuff. Anything can be justified with this belief. Yeah, which speaks to her kind of saying, or I mean, you said, I didn't read this, and that she claimed to be Shiva or possessed by him. So that makes sense. Swamp Nil is saying Tantra has a lot of sex in it. Oh my goodness, it literally endorses necrophilia and coprophilia. I don't even know what coprophilia is.
I don't know what that second one is.
I'm about to learn something that I probably don't want to know.
Okay, Darwinian atheist saying Hinduism is not a scriptural faith, though it will be. What is it? Can we even say it?
It's
if something
pleasure or interest in feces.
Yeah, it's scatological.
Oh god.
It's true. It's about the consumption of it.
Okay, let's not. Okay,
let's leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that. Hinduism is not a scriptural faith, though it will be hard for me to cite scriptures. Vedas don't have them, but Tantrum scripts have loads of it. Okay, cool.
And actually, we've seen evidence of the thing we know that's gross that we just learned, the scatological thing with some of the cow vigilantes.
Yeah. Oh wait, actually, Katie's bringing up something important. This something from a more recent article that I forgot to mention. She was telling her husband, quote, "Right now, I am not your wife. I am Shiva, and I have sent the corona to the earth. It didn't come from China." That I forgot to mention that. So yes, new reports allege that she is claiming that she or her possession is responsible for corona.
And also subscribe to our newsletter, because if we get removed from all these platforms, at least we could reach out to you. And guys, by the way, if you subscribe to our newsletter, you get a free copy of Where's your copy, Susanna? Get it. We're doing promotion. You get a free. It's not even promotion. It's free. Okay, so if you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description, you get a free copy of Why There's No God. Come on, like I'm handing it out for free. Okay, it's a bestseller on Amazon, and you get it for free. So subscribe to our newsletter, and you get a free copy of Why There's No God sent to you. Link in the description.